Good morning, folks. Willie here. Test out day for the super lightweight from Go Fast Campers and also the Chinese diesel heater. Yesterday was Thursday. I left Phoenix, drove to the south rim. The plan was to go to the north rim, but the weather up in Flagstaff was really wicked. So I decided to go to the south rim to go to more familiar territory and set up camp. And that's what I did. So it's currently 22 degrees. It was 40 last night. When I came in, it was raining. So this is what we got this morning here when I got up. Turn the autofocus on. Now this is my setup for the Go Fast. I have the heater. I made it so it would sit underneath the truck safely, but I had it protected from the wind last night. So the wind was really cranking last night. It was just, I don't know, this thing was buffing around. I don't know what the gusts were, probably 40, 50 mile an hour. I'm pointed directly into the wind so the wedge could do its job. But it was pretty interesting last night. So with running the diesel heater on high, it would get the tent up to about 55, 56 degrees. I have a thermometer inside. And then on low, it would keep it around 40. But I don't know what the temps drop through the night. You know, obviously it went from rain to sleet to snow. And like I said, it's 22 degrees right now. And it's about, probably 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning. So that's the setup I did. I have it turned off. It ran all night. You can see now. It is underneath there. So all in all, exceptionally pleased with the function of the diesel heater. It did a really good job. I can't complain at all. It kept me warm. I did not have to zip up my sleeping bag. I had a 20-degree bag with a heavy fleece blanket and a couple extras just to keep warm. And I have the Go Fast Camper mattress in there, which seems to be thermo, which did a good job. I'm just getting ready to set up to get the jet boil out. Get the jet boil out and do some hot chocolate. And maybe I'll give you some updates through the day. I'm going to head to the canyon, see about maybe trying to get some photography this morning. I don't know. But I hope you're doing well. I do now understand the plight of winter camping in the rooftop tent. For all you folks out there that have a hiker, like I do, keep using your hiker. It's so easy just to be able to pull in, level off quickly, and hop inside and shut the door and get out of the wind. The time it takes, even though these are quick to set up, when it's raining and blowing and snowing, it is not a whole lot of fun, especially being on a wet ladder, trying to get up and down and stuff like that. But I mean, there's only one trip up. I threw everything through the back, the sleeping bag and all that kind of stuff. But again, being soaked climbing into the tent too isn't good. And I got to do something with shoes. I got to get some kind of shoe rack to hang on the side, which I don't know, because then that means everything would have been frozen this morning to put on your feet. So anyway, I hope you're doing well. This is Willie signing off. Okay, well, as you can see from the prior video, all the stuff broke down and I just put away. So I'm gonna give you a little update on the diesel heater. So this holds a gallon of fuel, and then I marked it. 0 is at level with the intake valve. So once it gets there, it's not going to pull any more fuel. And it goes up to 6. So this wasn't totally full because I did some testing on it, but it was at 5.5. Now it's at 1.5. So we used 4 inches of fuel out of a gallon. You can figure that out on a calculator yourself. I'll give you the data later, but so I think that's pretty good. And it ran for 9 hours. I turned it on 11 and I shut it off. I don't know, it was about 8 o'clock, probably a little bit after. So that's pretty good. I did not run it all night on high. I did run it till I think about 11:30 on high, and I shut it down to the lowest setting, which goes from 5.5 amps to 1 amp, and ran that till about 6 in the morning because it was really blowing and snowing then, because all my tracks on the ground were completely covered this morning. So I did that, excuse the nose, and kicked it back up on high just to warm things up so when I come out of the tent and stuff, get my clothes on so it wasn't quite so bad. But you know, my feet are still cold. I got to get my winter boots on. These hiking boots and stuff like that, they do a good job, but they're just not snow boots. They're in a bag up there in the truck. I just got to find them and drag them out. So really pleased. Stand worked great. Made the stand high enough so it still slides underneath the truck. The exhaust is close to the ground. Plenty of room. And like I said, I switched things around. I moved the control panel to the intake side, and I put my own ends on it and stuff like that. I'm not real happy. I use these Anderson plug-ins that go with my Jackery. I don't know, they're not the same quality or not. The cords I made for my Jackery for charging it, so I could charge either the truck or the hiker, but I used it for that stuff like that, and I had to fiddle with them quite a bit before they made good connections. So I need to do something a little better, higher gauge wire or something like that, and probably just going to do like a 20-foot solid connect, because my hose is only 25 feet long, and obviously you got the length of the side of the truck. The only thing I might consider is buying a section of insulated hose like you have in your attic and carrying that with me. It'd be kind of bulky, but again, there'd be very little heat loss. That's why you saw that moving blanket wrapped around a hose, because the wind was just blowing so hard last night, so I wrapped it around there, and that made a huge difference in the amount of heat coming through the hose. So I hope all this information helps you a little bit. There'll be more details coming up, stuff like that. I'll try to, when I get home, either type in or I'll narrate over the actual amount of fuel usage and stuff like that. And I do have a spare gallon of diesel I brought with me just for that fact, but I'm not going to put it in it unless I use it tonight. I think I'm going to break camp, head to the canyon, try to get some photos, even though I'm losing the good light because it's getting late in the morning here. So I hope you're doing well, and I'll talk to you again soon. Take care.